All right, had to go out and get parts. I wanted to take a second and remind you to try to support your local hardware stores. I have a great one near me, West Point Hardware. I think it's maybe West Point Lumber, but they have, it's not Lowe's or Home Depot, but they seem to always have everything I need, and they're always helpful, and they know what I need. When I explain what I'm trying to do, they always can help usually. And they have, of course, they have things that you can't get at Lowe's or Home Depot, and we got to support these places, otherwise they won't be around. Take a look at all this. Let me take a look at this store. It's a great little store. I love coming in here. It reminds me of the old, the old hardware stores. I mean, look at this. This is great. All this stuff. I mean, I think this is more than Lowe's or Home Depot has on the PVC. I swear, I think it's more. And prices are good. Prices are good, and I think they have, some things I think they have more of. But try to support these places. If we don't support them, they won't be around. I'm really surprised that they've been able to stay here. It surprises me. I don't know how they do it really with the Lowe's and Home Depot and all them. But the job, you always need. When you get into the job, there's always something that you need. You got to do running out and everything, and I always love to come here when I can. I like to come here anyway because I like to look around at all the old hardware and stuff. A lot of the stuff that you can't find at Lowe's or Home Depot. So yeah, it's just a cool place. I mean, look at all this. I mean, that's great. All these fittings and stuff and they can help you. They know what this stuff is. I think this is a family place, I think, and they, they've worked here a long time and they know what you need. So, anyway, if you can, try to support your local places like this. All right. It's been a tough one. It's a tiny little space here. We have to move everything around, and it's kind of like playing Jenga or something. I'm down to putting down the subfloor stuff, and I got all these appliances in the way. Well, can't get the refrigerator out by myself. I can't get it pulled back far enough with this small dolly to get it out the door, so I'm going to play Jenga with that. I'm going to leave it there, put what I can down, and then move it back and just move things around until I can get things done. So here's where we're at. There's where we're at. Floor looks pretty rough. This is the stuff I replaced. Now we're going to put the floor on top of this and get ready to lock in the wood. So here we go. So we've got down to the original floor in the house. There's a red and white. It's a red and white 12-inch square tile. Very old. Very, very old. It's asbestos, I'm pretty sure. It does have some sparkles and blue accents and stuff in it, but most of this stuff was 90% of it was asbestos. So and it's all been covered over. So as long as you don't disturb it, you can leave it. So there it is. A lot of times you think it's recording, and it's not. They really aren't user friendly. Okay, so we are putting down the masonry board. I've got all cleaned out several times. I have it trimmed out so that it perfectly goes in this spot under the refrigerator, and I'm using special screws that are for masonry board, and you will need to get that, otherwise you will either burn the board up, crack it real bad, or it'll just keep going. Your screws will just keep going through, and they won't pull. These are, I believe they are Teflon coated. Okay, right here I should have stopped and thought about what was going on. Now I was replacing this masonry board and really hadn't thought about what was going to go on in the dining room. Now this ended up making a different level. All of the masonry board had to come out of the dining room. It was all destroyed, and I wasn't able to replace it. So because I kept the board in the kitchen and took it all out of the dining room, that gave me two different levels. Now the level in the bathroom is also up higher because it has the original board under it. So the kitchen and the bathroom now are at the same level, and they're at a different level than the dining room. But if I had thought this out a little better, I could have had this all one level, and it would have made for a better job. So these are some of the things you need to look out for when you're doing these jobs. Floor underneath this is where that door seal has leaked over the years before we put the storm door on. So that's a real mess. And if it was left alone, it could have been a real problem if it would have kept going the way it was. Now I'm going to try to draw this board up, find out why it's not drawing up, because I don't want to break it. I don't see anything under it up here close, and I vacuumed everything very good before I laid this down. What I'm wondering is if that's not following that. This floor has a wave, and I'm wondering if it's not following that wave there. It's right on the crest of that hill, then you would have that,
And it feels like it's pretty smooth with the rest of the floor, so I need to change this bit. Whoa. What's going on with this thing? Get that out of there. See what's going on with that. Still didn't draw up. You wait, no. I'm done.
We're just watching.
Okay, I'm finished with the recording. It didn't draw up.
Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. If you want to watch the next in this series of this long project, be sure and subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified when the next episode hits. We're going to continue on. We're going to do the dining room. There's a big demo coming up on the dining room. You'll want to see how I do this and see some of the problems that I run into along the way. So remember, they may do it another way, but that's the way I do it. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.